those is what I feel is abomination into the eyes of God. Dealing with a child is going to be very hard. In fact, dealing with some adults is going to be very hard. But we have to learn to do it. A child can learn very easily if we sit down and share with them. Now, you may want to give that child something special. You may want to give it 2 or 3 gifts. To me, that's fine. That's what you would do on its birthday. But don't go overboard spending a lot of money that really has nothing from the heart. It's just you're giving because you want to give to make that individual extra happy. More than likely, half the stuff that you give a child won't be played with but 2 or 3 times, if that much. So, in reality, you're wasting your money. And you've got brothers and sisters and grandparents that come in and give stuff. So, cutting back what you give is not going to make that big of a difference. And you don't even have to wrap the gifts. You can wait to that day and just give it to it and say, here, we're giving you this because we love you. But now we all know it's kind of fun to have something in a box wrapped up in paper that we don't know what it is. It's a mystery to us. But now, is mystery something of God? There again, I can't say. I don't believe God would condemn us of it for doing this. But if you want to have the joy of watching the child unwrap a gift, see its eyes light up when it sees it, you can do this. As far as my feelings. I can't say yay or nay on it. But the main thing we need to keep in mind is what we're doing and the way that we're doing it. Is it really in reverence of Jesus? If you stop and think about it seriously, I would say 99% of you would agree that it's really not in reference to Jesus. It's in reference to pleasing our child or pleasing someone else by giving them abundance. This is a devotional that to me, or I should say a video that to me, is really hard to do because, as I said, I know the environments and the situations. Now, fortunate with us, the children were grown. So there was no problem of eliminating Santa Claus, the Christmas tree, and things of this nature, because they already knew there was no Santa Claus. Excuse me. So it was not difficult. But when you've got a small child and you've used a few years of giving it this great Christmas event, and you've told them that Santa Claus brought it, and so on and so forth, it's hard to change it. It will not be an easy event. It may be something that you'll have to explain gradually. But it needs to be explained and needs to be discontinued. If they see they're going to get the gifts, regardless of where it's from Santa Claus, from you, or Tiddlywinks, it's not going to matter that much to them. The gifts is what they're going to be looking for. So why can't you just say, these are gifts from Mama and Daddy, or these are gifts from Uncle and Aunt, Grandpa and Grandma, and present it in that manner? You know, I would almost say that if you told the child that these gifts was from Mommy and Daddy, it would appreciate it a whole lot more than if you said, here, Santa Claus brought these. It ain't seen Santa Claus except at the store. It don't really know who Santa Claus is. And in fact, from experience I've had in the past with my own children and seeing others, you take a small child to see Santa Claus and it usually gets scared and goes to crying. That ought to tell us something there. The child in reality is scared of Santa Claus. That means there's something wrong. Because if it was good, a child would recognize the goodness of it, the pureness of it, and be joyful. But that's not the case. In most percentages of the situations I've seen with a small child, when you take it to see Santa Claus, go to put it up in his lap, it will go to crying because he scares it. So, if you went to the store, set the child in Santa Claus' lap, and had the picture made, and it cries, and it's scared of it, and then you come around at Christmas time and say Santa Claus brought it, what thoughts really runs through that child's mind of Santa Claus? Now, to me, as I said, I think the easiest thing to do, and probably the best thing to do in situations like this, is this year it may be too late because everything's pretty well set up. Gifts are already bought. The child's already been talked to about Santa Claus, things like this. But next year, if the Lord tarries and you see another Christmas, instead of going through this big commercialized thing of before Halloween even, when they start bringing out Christmas toys and all of this stuff, don't discuss it with the child. If it asks any questions, then proceed to tell it the truth. And then you go and you buy it some gifts, and you explain it that Christmas, Jesus' birthday, we'll have some gifts for you to open, but they're gifts that Mama and Daddy has bought you because we love you. That's basically that's the only way I can see that you can do it. But it will be up to each individual on how they want to deal with it. I wish there was some, well, let me say, it would be a good thing if there was some magical way of solving this situation, but there's not. We have created lies for so many years that it's almost impossible to get out of it. You know, a lot of times you catch someone telling a lie, especially one of your kids maybe. Catch it telling a lie and go to correct it or ask it about it, and more than likely it will tell you another lie in order to cover up that one. And that's what we have to do year after year after year with this situation. You have to decide in your mind, in your heart, which is most important. Pleasing God or pleasing the world and the family in telling lies about Jesus. It's up to you what you want to do. It's up to you to figure out how to undo the lies. Granted, it could be hard, but it can be accomplished if you put your faith and trust in God to see you through a very serious situation. Now, I hope this has been beneficial to you. I hope you do have a very Merry Christmas. And I hope the coming year, New Year, brings you lots of blessings, and that God's mercies will be upon you. God bless you.